Decided to make a couple of quick videos just because I had some thoughts and I didn't want to forget. I was actually on the phone with my mom and we were talking about, and also a journalist, we were talking about how, I know that I'm telling my story and I'm kind of just putting it out there, but there's a lot of untold stories about teachers going through it and struggling. And I can tell you from my experience what I went through. Soon after high school, I got my bachelor's degree. All 4 years, I didn't take any breaks. And then a few years later, once I was already teaching, I ended up getting my master's degree. So, in my mind, I did what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to go to school, get my degree, and thankfully, I was able to get my master's degree. And, when you are a professional and you have a career, it does something to you when the rent is due and you have to tell your landlord that you can't pay the full amount. And I've been there quite a few times, especially this summer. It's hard. There's shame that comes with that because we are educated professionals. We have bachelor's degrees, we have master's degrees. We're teachers. And to have to admit to a landlord or to a family member that we're low on rent or we can't pay our electricity bill, there's a lot of shame in that. And I remember feeling it and going through it and having to kind of really, put my head down and ask for help. And I thank God that I have a wonderful family that have stepped in to help me out when in reality they shouldn't have to. My brother and my sister-in-law, they helped me pay my electricity bill this summer. My brother-in-law, my other sister, they gave me a donation that really helped me pay my rent for a month. And so it's hard for us as professionals, as educators, as people who went to school, did things the right way, got our degrees, to have to admit that we are barely making it and we still have to work 2 to 3 jobs. But you know what? Our profession is very rewarding. It's a lot of work. We have a lot of responsibility and we are not valued. We are not compensated for the job that we do. And the reward is that we get to teach your kids. We get to spend the day with each and every one of your babies. We get to see the best of them. Sometimes we don't see the best of them, and we get that opportunity to kind of be that example to them, to teach them, give them a little bit of tough love so that they understand what's required of them in this world, and to give them the education that I'm sure all parents are expecting that they get. And that's why we're here still. Because every day we get to look at these cute little faces that, they don't always behave, the way we want them to, but at the end of the day, they're babies, they're kids, and I taught high school for 16 years. I taught the 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. These kids, they're grown. They look like adults, they act like adults, but you know what? At the end of the day, they're kids. And I love teaching high school, and now I get to teach at a middle school, so now I'm with a bunch of 12-year-olds. Oh my goodness, they make me melt because they're so cute. They're hyper, but they're cute, and I love my job. I love going to work every day and making them laugh and seeing them smile. But, at the end of the day, we have to go home and we have responsibilities. We have bills to pay. And I have my own children to take care of and to make sure that they have what they need. They have clothes, they have food, and they're both going to go to college, and I have to prepare for that. But how can you prepare for that when, we have to work 2, 3, 4 jobs just to be able to make it to the end of the month? I don't have any extra to put away for my kids. And so this decision is huge because the idea is that I am downsizing and I am reducing as much of my costs as possible so that I can see what I have and I can begin to plan and prepare and build something of value for my kids. Thank you again just for being here, for listening and sharing my story. God bless you.